चुपचाप बैठे देखते रहो जो हो रहा है, या फिर प्रसून जी की तरह जिम्मेदारी उठाओ उसे निभाने की, क्योंकि 100 साल तक जीने के लिए 100 साल की उम्र की जरूरत नहीं, एक दिन में ऐसा काम कर जाओ कि दुनिया तुम्हें 100 साल तक याद रखे। Next, we would like to call our guest on stage. First, Mr. M. Nageshwar Rao. Can we have a huge round of applause for M. Nageshwar Rao, former Interim Director, Officer CBI. Dr. Shyamashis Bandyopadhyay. Mr. Joy Shane. Can we have a huge round of applause? Samik Bhattacharya. Chandrachud Ghosh. And Prashant Moitra. Guys, can we have a huge round of applause once again? For Easter Kharbamon, we have Orpitati. For Dr. Shyamashis Bandyopadhyay, we have Nivedita. For Joyashen, we have Amitabh Jaiswal. For Samik Bhattacharya, we have Anindita. For Chandrachud Ghosh, we have Orpitati. Prashant Moitra for Debjani. So we begin with the first speech by Easter Kharbamon. She is in charge of the activities of Aatmadeep in Meghalaya, and she has been working amongst different tribal community like Khasi, Gado, Jaintias, Bhoi, etc. to educate and empower them for many years. Can we have a huge round of applause for Easter Kharbamon? Can we have
to all of us present here. Should I get up? So, without wasting much time, I believe most of us were on time, but because of the rain, the program got delayed. So I will not waste. My dear respected and honorable guests on the dais, or friends who have made it today for this program in spite of the rain. I am Easter Kharbamon from Meghalaya, Shillong. I am a social activist and I am working for Aatmadeep in Meghalaya. And Aatmadeep is an organization which actually was, when I first introduced Aatmadeep in Meghalaya, people were like, why are you involved with this organization? So it was very difficult for me to really explain why. So down the line, I interacted with our president, Mr. Prashul Mitra. He told me the aims and objectives of Aatmadeep. Likewise, I took it back to the people. So they were okay somehow. Let us try to accept it as you are a Khasi, you are married to a Bengali, and this organization is a Bengal-based organization. So why am I bringing this today? It is because most of us, I believe, you know that there is a lot of contention when we talk about Bengalis and Meghalaya. But because of the good efforts that Aatmadeep from West Bengal or Kolkata have done, I and my team could take it to the people, and the people have accepted it there. We have no problem now. It's just that the local NGOs, even the Meghalaya government would like to see Aatmadeep, the main team, with the president in the state of Meghalaya very soon. And furthermore, what they would want to see is the work that Aatmadeep have started, what we have in the pipeline to be done or to be started in our state. Now, why do we need Aatmadeep? 75 years of independence. We have no development in the state of Meghalaya as well as in Northeast. I believe most of you have come to the Northeast. What did you find there? Comparing to the other states of the country, in fact, we have nothing. We just have tourist spots where the roads are very bad. You break a bone and you come back home. We don't have good roads, we don't have proper transportation, we don't have the basic things. So we need such organizations like Aatmadeep. We cannot just blame the government or depend on the government, because government at the end of the day becomes a political entity. We just cannot depend. But we have a lot of hope, a lot of expectations from organizations like Aatmadeep, who is committed to work for a social cause without any difference between the different cultures of the state, of the country, with having any problem working with the different religious groups in the country. So this is why Aatmadeep, I know, will gain momentum not only in Meghalaya but also in the different parts of the Northeast. So we just hope, and I can promise that yes, we can move ahead to Mizoram or Nagaland under the able leadership of our president, and we can form our groups and units there. But before we do that, Northeast will be looking up to Meghalaya as we have started there. What we have done, what Aatmadeep has fulfilled there. Why I'm saying this? In the Northeast, we do not like to welcome the non-tribals coming into our state. Why? Sounds very rude. Sounds, it's really very bad. But the reason is, we have, for so many years, many NGOs, many organizations coming into the Northeast with tall promises. We will be bringing this, we will be bringing that, this is a development that we will be bringing, and this, a lot of things, okay? But at the end of the day, what do we find? As we say, broad daylight robbery. We are being robbed of the money that we have. You pay this much, we give you this. You join our organization, and then later on we understand that we went on paying and paying and paying, and at the end of the day, the company itself is gone. Ratorat, it is gone, we don't even know. And we are the ones who are answerable to the public. So therefore, we are very, very cautious when it comes to organizations, to any sort of private companies coming into our land. So this is the reason why we do not welcome. And most of the states in Northeast, I believe, we are trying or maybe are having the inner line permit. Why? Why do we fight for it? Why do we want the inner line permit? For us to have the inner line permit? It is because of this reason. We want to curtail the entry of the non-tribals into the tribal areas. Why? Why? Today, I go back, or today, through my social media posts, people will say that yes, Aatmadeep really exists. Or people, or person from Meghalaya is there along with these people. She has participated. We can trust. But this very same way, if we take it to Mizoram, will anyone trust us? Very difficult. So in order to save ourselves, in order to save our land, and at the same time, to save the small income that we all have, as we don't have any development there, we purely depend on government jobs. So to save us from all this, we demand for the inner line permit. But getting the inner line permit will take us 10 steps behind. For those who understand, they understand that we are going backwards by having the inner line permit. But if we don't, and we mingle, we mix around with the rest of the country, we are going far, much ahead. So in order that we revoke, or the states like Meghalaya, states like Assam, Tripura, where we do not have the inner line permit, people are demanding. But a person like me and my team, we have always fought against the inner line permit. Why? Because we want every Indian to come to our state, to start something new, and to bring development to our people. So this can happen only if we have organizations, NGOs, companies coming into our land and bringing real development. Of course, we do not need huge, opulent development, because we need government support. Even a small kind of development whereby we can create job opportunities for the unemployed youth, we can create a little bit of a kind of recreation for the old, and also at the same time a kind of a care center for the orphans. That would be really, really good in a state like ours, where we really don't have these opportunities. Now, most of the people, most of the citizens in the Northeast, they are highly educated. When you talk about Northeast, sometimes we say tribal land. It sounds really, where the education is very less, where, of course, without any development, we can't expect much. But most of our students or youth, they are highly educated. They have passed out their IIT, they have passed out their engineering from different colleges in the country. But what is sad is, when they come back, they do not get jobs. Just very recently, a boy of 24 years, he came back, finished his civil engineering. 2 days after he came, I met him, he was on the pole, working for Geo. Imagine, that's the situation. So, this in turn have led our youth to be either drug abusers or drug traffickers. Most worse is our youth joining the militant groups. I believe the audience out here have heard that in the Northeast there are so many militant groups, many militant groups. What is the reason behind this? Had we have ample of employment opportunities because of this reason, we don't have development, we don't have employment, we have basically nothing excepting to depend on the government. So what happens is that all youth are being misguided, they become drug abusers, traffickers, or either they join the militant group. Now what is more sad is family also at times supports militancy. They are also equally frustrated. Having a child who is highly educated not getting a job. So it's obvious that the parents also get highly frustrated and they support militancy. So this is where we lack. So having organizations like Aatmadeep coming into a state with, I will not say bringing huge developments, bringing huge change, but at least a little bit of changes will bring a better future, a better prospect for the state like Meghalaya and also the other northeastern states. Now, because of all these reasons, when we turn to the central government, we see that we are being treated like stepchildren comparing to the rest of the country. Where is development in Northeast? What is the central government doing to us? So therefore, we from the Northeast, I will not single out anyone, but I will take myself also into that group. We believe in the son of the soil theory. We remain here, we live here, we die here. We will not allow anyone to take what we have, whatever the little that we have. So we follow the son of the soil theory. And also at the same time, the fanatics in different forms, they come into our state, especially from the religious point of view, where everything gets hijacked. Now when you turn to Meghalaya, I don't know how many of you have come to Meghalaya and you have studied the culture over there. In Meghalaya, we do not have religious difference. We have community difference, the communal difference in Meghalaya. Now, this type of differences is very, very bad. Because why? When this type of communal differences come, no one is at peace. Therefore, I believe most of you have heard that in Meghalaya, a non-tribal does not live in peace because they are being harassed. They are being in that way. But this is wrong. This is wrong. In Meghalaya, everyone lives in peace with each other. But we just believe in one theory, and that is the son of the soil theory. Do not try to go above us. Why? It is because of this. You have got all the facilities. Be where you are. We don't have. So with whatever little that we have, do not come and try to take it away. That is what we want. That is the reason why we when we join any organizations, we talk to the central government from the various platforms, we would always request for development to be brought into the state and into the region. Because unless and until development comes, the trust cannot be made. We cannot have trust, we cannot have faith in anyone who comes into a state. We have experienced too much. And I also assure that it will be accepted in the rest of the Northeast. We'll work for that in the days to come. Just make sure that whatever is in the pipeline, bring it to our state. Let us start. They see the result. We will progress to the other parts of the Northeast also. So that the unity from Aatmadeep, we can bring the unity between the tribals and the non-tribals. You talk about the tribals in the Northeast, you're talking about a different religious section. Hindus over there are minority, Christians are majority. There are many states within the Northeast where we just have 0.some% of Hindus and Muslims. The rest are Christians, like Nagaland, like Mizoram, even in Meghalaya. We are 80% Christians. And this in turn will bring about the unity in the country itself. This is what I want from Aatmadeep, so that let Aatmadeep be the trendsetter to unite the different religious groups in the country and also to unite the tribals and the non-tribals in the northeast and also with the rest of India. So just these few words, I would like to thank once again our National President and members of the dais and all of you audience. Thank you. Namaskar.